Hey, my name is Michael. Welcome to 20 Minutes Underground.
You serious? Oh!
The line of India. That line has been broken. It has been remade. What young man doesn't like a sword? Like what young man doesn't like a colubrid? Welcome to 20 Minutes Underground, our online reptile show for enthusiasts like Alex. First snake any American boy ever catches. Gotta be a garter snake, a DK snake, a water snake, some of the most beautiful animals in the world. It's a shame they're not worth money. I'd spend my whole life breeding them. Some of the garter snakes are getting better. Sunbeam snakes, weird looking snake. This show we cover a bunch of the snakes that are, in our opinion, very underappreciated, undervalued in the hearts and minds. Hope you enjoy the show. Some men are longer than others. You've been talking to your mother again, haven't you? Where's that from? Whoosh.
Howdy there, peoples, ladies, gentlemen's, children's, farm animals. This is In-Bred Ned here at Underground Reptiles in South Florida, your #1 source for any and all exotic reptiles, amphibians, all that good stuff. And today I'm going to be going over a couple things, but we're going to deal with colubrids, not a couple things. We're going to deal with colubrids. This right here is a baby black racer that was caught for just this purpose. You see right here, it's got a little scar on its neck, but we just got in here to show you guys what a baby black racer looks at. As you can see, they're not black. When they're born, these guys come out of the egg. They got a lot of nice gray and red and really cool patterning and color on them. And all that starts to just go away. It's kind of unfortunate that it all just kind of goes away, and they don't retain this type of coloration. They do got those real cool eyes, them nice auburn burnt orange type color going on right there. And I really think the black racer is one of the more underrated snakes in the community, just because, you know, they are all over the place, and most people look at them as more of a nuisance than really a pet. There are so many different localities and different subspecies of racers that, you know, you got a lot of variation in color, a lot of variation in general in these guys. And they're one of the coolest snakes around, in my opinion. I love colubrids. It's my favorite, about my favorite type of snake is a colubrid. And the racers definitely fall in that, and I love racers. I love running around chasing them outside like an idiot. There ain't nothing quite like it. Now, these guys eat about anything. They'll eat rodents, they'll eat frogs, they'll eat snakes, they'll eat whatever the crap you put in their face.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm gonna get my paw one of those.
Your paw needs about 4 of them.
No, well, he keep the possum all the time, but he don't keep any of those things. No, you hush up back there.
In-Bred, you let the hog cage open again.
Oh boy, all right.
I can't do nothing around here without people hollering at me.
Yeah, I gotta leave I'll tell my pa about them tomorrow. Hey, Pa!
Shut up, boy.
Oh boy, I'm in trouble.
Paul's a high-pitched person they confuse with a woman on the phone. So moving right along here, we got what's called a yellow rat snake.
You're yellow, boy.
Now, yellow rat snakes are awesome. They're semi-arboreal. Some of them are arboreal their whole lives. Some of them are born, they go in the trees and never come back down. They'll sit up there and they'll eat bird eggs all their life, and they don't care. That's a great thing about yellow rats. They're one of the greatest reptile snakes out there. In fact, all snakes are reptiles, just for your information, but these guys right here are just awesome. They can get upwards of 7 foot, and they are beastly. Now, there's a few different types. The majority of types we see down here in Florida are what's called the yellow rat snakes, and then the Everglades rat snakes, which are basically just a different type of yellow, different subspecies, as they call them. These guys are hardy, super voracious eaters, and they're awesome. I tell you, when I go out road cruising, driving down roads at night and dark, looking for snakes, you'll see these guys come out at the tree lines when you're going down the road. They'll be sitting there on the road soaking up the heat, and they do it. They come down from the trees and they sit out there and they soak up the heat at night, and it's super cool.
Hey, Pa, tell me what it smells like.
Well, it smells like stink ape's butt. I mean, their musk is something else. The musk they got is a defense mechanism, and it smells to high heaven and back. It's just an awful scent, and you will be smelling it for quite a while. You have to wash your hands about 20 different times to get that poop off you, or that poopy smell, rather.
It smells like you, Pa.
Oh, I hate that little thing. But these snakes are awesome. Yellow rat snakes are one of the greatest reptile snake pets you can keep. Now, for those of y'all that pay attention, you hear me saying the word patoofus quite a few in a lot of our videos. Not only is it a fun thing to say, it's also the genus in which this little guy belongs to. This is what's called a gopher snake. Now, these guys are awesome. They come out of the southwest and western U.S. A lot of the nicest ones come out of the Sonoran Desert. These are just sweet. They get 6, upwards of 8 foot. They got real nice keeled scales on them. Got great patterning, real distinctive animals. They also have a reputation for being super hissy, which they can be. They'll rear back, they'll open their mouth, they'll gape up at you and just hiss like crazy. They love doing that when you get them mad. This one right here is in good temper. He's in good shape. He loves life, and I'm loving him. He's what a lot of people want in a gopher snake.
Gopher? Why for what?
Why is she a gopher?
I ain't going for no more moonshine, bro.
He's going for the gold. Going for the gold.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where'd you put that squirrel at, man? Where'd this still go to now?
He shut up.
I done locked it up out back, keep you out of it. You done had too much.
I don't want him when you're still. You ready to come still now?
Chasing down a hoodoo there.
Hoodoo?
Chasing down a hoodoo there.
Hoodoo?
Josh, hey, what's going on, man?
Look at his face. It looks like he's gonna
What's going on?
Just got bit. What'd you get bit by?
He's
I
gonna
got
call
bit
it
by
work
a
tomorrow.
green tree monitor. Oh,
And he
man.
said, I hate this freaking thing. And I said, man, that thing is awesome. He said, no, it's not. It's gay.
It's probably
That's what he said. It's
it happened
gay.
before that
You
stupid.
sure you okay, bro?
Perishable button.
Pass out.
Oh yeah, I'm alright.
You okay? You alright with that?
You're bleeding on the floor.
Don't jump on the floor!
You're dripping on my freaking floor with your nasty blood, man.
I remember.
Dude, take some
Take
Midol.
your shirt off
You'll
and
be
wipe
fine.
it up.
Midol do the trick for you. It always stops the bleeding.
I remember the first time I got
Doesn't make
bit
any
by a
sense.
retic. I got bit by like a 16-foot retic. And I was bleeding all over the place. Ryan didn't even ask me if I was okay. He just said, "Get out of here! You're bleeding all over my floor." It's legitimately what he said to me.
There's no sympathy for getting bit. It's part of the job. It's like being a fighter and asking the guy if he's okay. He got punched in the face. Nobody cares. Okay, get out of my face. You're making me sick.
All right, good to go. Hey guys, Ryan B here, and this is your money saving tip of the week. Remember, bulk is always better. Number one cost for reptile owners, feeders, okay? Anytime you're doing live feeders, it cuts down on the amount of animals that you're able to buy at one time. But most stores, most online websites that people order feeders from, if you order frozen and you order in bulk, you'll always save money. I know a lot of places run specials where if you buy some, you get some free, or depending on the amount that you buy, it cuts the cost down. Not only on frozen feeders, but also remember insects, same thing. Crickets, waxworms, superworms, mealworms. Anytime you buy in bulk, you will always save money. Now, big concern for a lot of people is, well, I only got a few animals and I don't need that many. Well, the good thing is when it comes to snakes, a lot of your frozen feeders, number one, throw them in the freezer. You never have a problem. Lasts months for you in the freezer. When it comes to insects, if you're, ingenuitive and you want to put together like a bin or a container where you can keep these animals alive for longer periods of time, it'll always work out better for you. So remember, guys, For saving money, bulk is better. Go with the boxes, go with the frozen thawed, and you'll save yourself lots of money. This is Ryan B with Underground Reptiles, and that's your money saving tip of the week.
I'm Phil, and it's Tuesday night here in the Venomous Corner. Due to In-Bred Ned's Colubrids special, we're going to be taking out the extremely toxic boomslang. The boomslang is a colubrid that comes out of sub-Saharan Africa. It's rear fang venomous. It actually has two very, very large fangs in the back of its mouth, and it can actually open its mouth 90 degrees so that it can get those back fangs all the way in there. Take it on my bracelet because these guys are extremely arboreal, they're tree going, and they will literally use their tail to latch on to anything. They can climb straight out of the garbage can. They're incredibly fast, often compared to the mamba family, stuff like that. It is extremely toxic snake. It's actually a hemotoxin that basically prevents your blood from clotting, okay? Either you bleed out of the wound or you internally bleed copious amounts of blood, and you either die from blood loss or hemorrhaging or what have you. So this is the boomslang, and we're gonna take him out. You can see the snake's very, very quick and very, very agitated. If you notice, he's predominantly black. He's starting to get a green head. Boomslangs typically are what we refer to as sexually dimorphic, meaning that the males and females are typically different colors. Boys are either a lime green or a charcoal black like this guy. Girls are usually a brown or a sandy khaki color. It can go the opposite way. This snake has been in my care for about 2 years now, and he's been black, and he just started turning green on the top of his head.
Dangerous snake.
Drew, if you want to get closer to the camera, I'm going to give him a second to relax. Notice he'll undulate his neck in a very unique pattern. If you can zoom in a lot closer, just give him a second. He'll start what we jokingly call breakdancing. The reason why is because these snakes in the wild, they are extremely arboreal. They're wholeheartedly tree going. Their primary food source typically is chameleons and a lot of arboreal lizards. So to mimic the wind of the tree moving, to mimic the branches and the leaves swaying, they actually undulate their body like that. It's actually rather impressive because when he's not in a confined space, he can actually keep his head perfectly still and move his entire body as if he's not moving. Like I mentioned earlier, they're very arboreal and very, very quick. Maintaining the utmost control of the snake is paramount. Making sure that no one's around and making the snake feel completely relaxed. It may look as if I'm grabbing his tail. I am barely touching his tail, and I'm trying to keep him as balanced as humanly possible. Very, very gently, we're just going to lift him up. He may look limp, but he's actually completely tense right now and spring-loaded at any given moment. If I wiggle him like this, it simulates the wind. If I stop, he's completely balanced. And he's going in. Zach, you going to grab the lid real quick? And go. Okay. Good. Now we're going to be putting back the boomslang. My co-steward, Zach, will be removing said snake and placing it back in its enclosure. A lot of people don't always think they were envenomated by the boomslang when they get bit. It takes a very long time sometimes to have the venom actually take effect. One of the first symptoms is headaches and sleepiness. So you think, oh, I don't feel too well, I'll just take a nap. Well, you usually don't wake up. You know, someone else finds you laying in a pool of blood. Where is he? Right by your hand. Just below the rim. Or below the second rim, excuse me. Again, Zach uses the most finesse possible. We often refer to venomous handling much as a ballet or a waltz. Very smooth, very slow and melodic. The idea is to make the snake at ease. Keep the snake as calm and happy as possible. A lot of venomous, because they are handled in the particular way they are, they get used to it, almost like a routine. Okay, it's Tuesday night, time to get clean, whatever. They allow us to work with them. This snake, not so much the case.
not going to work. Hang on. That's not a fall. Need to move this one. Let's put it there. Take that one. I'm gonna hand it back. Yeah. It's gonna fall here. Okay, keep holding on to it. Let go with one hand.
And that's the South African boomslang. This is your Tuesday Night Venomous. I'm Phil, this is Zach, and thanks for watching.
Good looking at the thing funny, man.
Look at that crap eating grin.
It's a corn snake. It's albino corn snake. See that? It's stricken with a bad case of the albinisms.
That's
Now,
from inbreeding.
alright, so back to the snake at hand. Corn snakes are one of the best starter snakes you got out there. They get a very manageable size, generally about 4 upwards of 5 foot, and they're just beautiful animals. They're kind of like what they used to be, what the ball pythons are now. Everyone used to breed everything, and they used to be really, really expensive for some of these morphs. And now they ain't buying albino for 20 bucks.
Lots of different colors up in them jeans in there.
I don't know how to respond to that, but these guys are sweet.
Because you're a moron.
These guys are sweet. They eat a variety of things. In captivity, they should really only be eating mice and rats. They're real easy to get on frozen thawed. They don't care. They're a real active, easy to set up snake. And they're one of the better pets. You know, everyone's got their ball pythons. That's fine. I'll take corn snake over a ball python any day, personally.
What do you know about corn?
I know a lot. I like it creamed. I like it fire roasted. I like it popped.
Like the New Jersey white.
But I don't endorse eating corn snakes. They don't taste like corn. They don't taste like candy corn. Don't taste like popcorn. But what they do taste like is freedom. This is American snake, true and true. Exclusively North America. And this right here is one of them what you call red state snakes. He's all about your constitutional rights. So
Don't tread on me, brother.
that's right. You don't tread on this snake. So
We should have let them keep the South. These guys are ridiculous.
At least we get our corn snake, brother.
we got our corn snakes, and that's all that matters. All right. This right here is what you call a sunbeam snake right here. Now, why do they call them a sunbeam snake, they ask? They call them a sunbeam snake because the oil's in their skin that gives them the iridescence. It's kind of tough to see, but when the sun beams on it, you get like a rainbow of color. And they're just awesome. These guys they like a little bit cooler, a little bit damp. They love to bury down in the moss and in the dirt. And primarily these guys feed on toads, frogs, salamanders. They don't really care, but they'll even eat snakes. And they can be a little bit tough first in captivity, getting them on the rodents. We do our best working with them. And they're just a cool animal to keep around and just work with. Because they're really unique in the coloration, really unique in just everything. I mean, they just got a unique feel to them. They're so sleek, so smooth, and they're such freaky snakes, man. They also musk a lot. And it smells like wild onions or chives. It reminds me of running around the schoolyard as a boy, chasing pigs and picking wild onions, trying to feed them and biting fingers and all that good stuff. So, but that's a sunbeam snake. That's a cool animal. Look at that. See that light? Look at that. Isn't that cool? That's why they call it sunbeam snake right there. That iridescence. Oh, you got my white trash holy water over there too. I need that. This is white trash holy water. This is 100% endorsed by In-Bred Ned. It's really bad for you, but man, does it taste good. White trash holy water, #1 only energy fuel used by In-Bred Ned. Sunbeam snake. Alright, boys and girls, this is the finale here for In-Bred Ned here on this here episode 20 Minutes Underground. I got one of the most impressive colubrids around. This is a yellow-tailed crebo. Kind of like a cobra, but looks and they are gnarly, man. This is South American colubrid, and they get big. As you can see here, this old boy right now is right about 7.5, 8 foot. This is a beast.
I got him strictly as an import.
They're one of the most impressive snakes in existence, and definitely one of the most impressive colubrids. You look at the coloration, it goes down, you know, get a little bit dark toward the head, with a nice yellow belly, and going down to a nice bright yellow tail, hence the name yellowtail crebo. There's a few different types of crebos, primarily the ones you want to see are yellow tail and black tail, but there's several different types. And what a lot of people associate these with are the indigo snakes from North America. They're in the same genus, so they're like cousins. But crebos, these things are awesome. They're really fast, they can be really aggressive, and they're really good eaters. They eat anything. If you see how fat this thing is, it's destroying rats for us. But in the wild, these guys, like this one right here is originally out of like Guyana.
No, it's a neurotoxin.
But in the wild, they'll eat a lot of snakes, birds, whatever. They love eating snakes. Some people who keep these in captivity, you can feed them corn snakes, you can feed them milk snakes, you can feed them snakes. They're basically like a non-venomous king cobra. That's one of the most appealing things about them, is working with kings and feeling these. The scales feel the same.
No anti-venom.
The speed is very similar. They're like a non-venomous cobra. And that's what makes these some of the coolest colubrids around. Look at that. And even though this thing's wild caught, it's tame. See that? I'm either stupid or I trust it. Or I'm stupidly trusting. It's one or the other. But I love these things.
Oh my goodness, I'm exhausted over here. They got me waking up at 12 p.m. to do these stupid free giveaway things. I need some coffee. Anyways, good morning to you YouTube buddies out there, leaving us the comments so you can get your free crap. This week, we're giving away the Rapeshi Savory Stew. Me personally, I like mine with chives and bacon bits on it. You do whatever the heck you want with it. Here are your comment winners this week. We'll start off with our good friend Tommy Loose. He says that YouTube, in his opinion, is the best for forums and chatting and talking about the reptiles. We all know why. It's because your good friend Moody Booty's on the YouTube. He then goes on to continue to praise this YouTube, which actually makes me think that guy that created it, Mark Zuckerberg or whatever his name is, he owes me some money since I made his YouTube so popular. He says he doesn't like a lot of the other forums, by the way, because they belittle people that don't know much about the reptiles or might be new to this hobby, in which I say only I can belittle those knuckleheads out there. Don't you guys go belittling them. They're my knuckleheads. Moving on. Kabi Kano 1 says that a lot of the forums are good for posting pictures and people get all excited when you post these pictures of the animals that you got on, that you might have just recently acquired or bred yourself. He goes on to say then that most of these forums will then put you down after they find out that maybe you got it from a place that wasn't a part of the good old boys club, as he puts it. I'm curious to find out who these good old boys are, because there's nobody better than me. But that reminds me, I feel your pain, Kabi Kano, because it's kind of like the same thing for me. Like you go tell your friends that you're going to the next Star Wars convention and they're all like, woot woot. And then you show up in your handmade skin-tight stormtrooper outfit and they're all like, you stink. But you know what the truth is? They're just jealous of us. They're jealous of our animals and they're jealous of our handmade skin-tight stormtrooper costumes. Isn't that right, In-Bred?
Yeah. I just can't get that image, that form-fitting, nice, tight leotard on you.
You liked it, I know. Anyways, He also says that a lot of the forums nowadays are info that's caked in SH exclamation point 7. Now at this point, I would normally make some comment about how you need to use spell check, but I don't even think spell check could help such stupidity. Moving on. Our next comment winner was 9 Lives 1X. He says that none of the forums are good or bad. I wish I could say the same thing about comments, because yours stinks. Anyways, he also writes that he wants some free stuff because he's poor. Who do I look like? President Barack Obama? If you want some free stuff, maybe you should start asking him. I have to do this by necessity. Anyways, I guess you'll get some free crap this week for your ridiculous comment. And finally, and most importantly, before we close here on this fine YouTube day, we are going to be starting a new segment here on the 20 Minutes Underground. Over the last few weeks, I've realized how much you guys need my help. Not just with reptiles, in fact, in comment winners, but in life. So here is what I'm going to do as a favor for you. We're going to be starting a new segment called Ask Moody. You send me your questions about anything. You can send it about life, you can send it about reptiles, you can send it about inbred, I don't care. Most of them I'll ignore anyways, but I'll occasionally pick a couple to answer. So you send your questions to Ask Moody at undergroundreptiles.com. I will pick whose questions I will answer. I will most likely make fun of you and embarrass you on the YouTube. And then you'll get the 5 minutes of fame you so desperately want. Thank you for tuning in. Quit bothering me. And by the way, if you're thinking about writing to me about my political statements, just remember, I can't reiterate enough, I don't care. Now go away.
Thanks for joining us for 20 Minutes Underground. We hope you enjoyed the show. Last week's question about the online forums, really don't care much for them. However, keep this in mind. In America, we have what's called freedom of the press given to us, and if we impinge or restrict that freedom, we severely take what we've been blessed. So although I don't agree it, because you can vilify people who aren't villains, people who are villains actually will post bad things. They made us bad guys on some of these forums some years back because somebody who tried to rob us, who fought back by lying. But I think they have the right to do that. And if you take it away because you don't like it or because it's turned against you, then you lose a freedom that keeps the government in check. And our government is set up with checks and balances for this reason, such as the right to bear arms, whether that be firearms or knives, because soon they're going to want to take them from us. However, this week's question of the week: what is your favorite movie that had a cool reptile in it? What is your favorite movie that had a cool reptile in it? We want to know, and we also want to know what your favorite scene is. My favorite movie that had a reptile in it and the scene was the end of Destroy All Monsters, when Godzilla and his son Minya was walking up the beach together. When I was a kid, I used to cry when I watched that. Godzilla is the ultimate reptile. Wuss.